Ready, ready! 60 oars. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Hey, lock it! Go!
Now it's Hines. He'll have a first down past the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Go, go!
55, 55. Hey, eat. Hey, check. Check nine. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch out.
Topper!
24.
Ready?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Bears' 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Bear. Look at me. Zipper.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Nyheim Hines, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
The score, Vikings 7, Bears 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fair catch, made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Recon, 132 fighter. Blue. Check. Hey, 18. Alert. Jump.
Here's Breida. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
Tighten up. Check 43. Check 3.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he probably should have been down earlier, but they do finally get to him 3 yards short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Kill.
Alert!
Right there, 54 Mike.
6'6", bullet high.
He's checking.
Hey, alert! Smoke!
Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they get it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And an alley to run. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
We got this.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Run!
They go play action. Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Check, check. Motion.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's got his tight end Fant. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out.
18. Hey, exit.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
On 1st down, Trubisky. Taking a shot for Samuel. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
These two teams all tied after one. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Patrick.
Hey.
Check out.
Shoot.
Now a give, right side. It's Hines. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
The Vikings' 1st down.
Come on, set.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. They run the counter. Hines. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. 80 weapons.
Whip. Watch the whip. Slam.
Look. Squeeze.
Watch in. Check three. Check.
Leo. Kill. Yes. Now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, Orbit.
55's mark, guys, 55. I got one.
Hey! Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
On first down, here's Breida. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 13. Check 13. Check 13.
Ran.
Now a give coming right is Breida. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Breida, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Bravo!
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Let's put that team on the block.
Lock in.
Right there. 54, right there. 54.
Hey, wahoo!
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position, the ball comes out, there. that only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, and even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check 26.
On second down now, it's Hines, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a third down and 8.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Blue draw quarter. Hey, let's go. Safety creek. Check 24. Check 24. Five.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Ready? 50, plant. Right there, 50. Greystone, travel. Hey, Haywood. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Hey, lock it. Come. Shoot. Watch it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Recon 152 fighter. We on now. Check. Hey, alert 3. Get it.
This is Hines. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Gotta get the point. Get on the point right here. He's cracking. He's checking crack. Yo, go.
Second and 5. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 11 yards there, first down.
To Stephon Diggs. Again, 11 on the play. And the Vikings first down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Let's go, baby.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They run again with Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fights off the defender. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Pull it high.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together. Check, 55.
Look at me. Zipper. Shoot.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Check, check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Break. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54.
Yeah, let's get a second.
Hey, Charlie. What we got? What we got? What we got? Bang, bang. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
Yo, Cheetah, Cheetah.
55. Give these traps. Let's go. Check 37. Check 37. Shift.
Now.
Now a give right side. Hines. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They run with Hines. And the ball is knocked out, and this is picked up by the Bears. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, past the 20, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
There. Good. Tighten up.
On second down, it's Hines. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Got it. Set. Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Ready. Check 43. X3. 218. Chop it. Check 3. Fire.
Here's Hines. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Check 55 to Mike. Rip right.
Hard.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Kill.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact.
Hey. Get it.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. No problem there on the extra point. Back now at Soldier Field, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Come on, fellas.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now,
the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Alert.
Come on, switch it. Begin.
To try again after the sack. Trubisky connecting with Burton here over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I'm coming.
Alert. Hey. High 7.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 6-man.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Shift.
Look, squeeze.
Do.
Leo. Oh.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Two-jet bombers.
Well, now they'll try the end around. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Foxtrot.
55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Double dog. That's the way. Watch twins.
Yep.
Watch twins. Check four.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Any day. Switch. Whip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Greystone, Travis.
Slam.
Hey, Sam off.
Check three.
Be tripping.
On the delay, here's Hines. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They run again with Hines. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Check 3, 6-6, pull it high. Kill. Rock it. Undercrunch. Go. Crunch.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
First down, Vikings.
Set. 60 outlaw. General West.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Check safety.
Protein spill.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Ready? 70, Indy. 55, 61, Matchbox White. Jim. He's coming.
We got double up. Shift. Watch the shift.
Kill. Look at me. Go. Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
X3, 218, chop. 2, check 30. Look at me, zipper.
Now a handoff here to his running back. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The Vikings on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And his kick is indeed good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the...
Let's go! At their own 39-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Minnesota, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
It's my